Desiring above all things the Spirit of the Lord and its holy activity, praying always to God with a pure heart, let us offer people a witness of authentic prayer in such a way that they may see and sense in our faces and in the life of our fraternities the goodness and kindness of God present in the world. With these words from number 45 of our Capuchin Constitutions, I wish to reflect with you on 2 points that concern how we encounter people in the world. My first point is that the goodness and kindness of God in the world is the joy of the gospel. It is the realization that God is not dead. People may have forgotten God, but we know the truth, that God has not forgotten anyone. It is our job to remind people of the presence of God in our world. In the Gospel of Matthew, just before Jesus ascended to the Father in heaven, he says to his apostles, "Behold, I am with you until the end of the age." He reinforced his promise by sending the Holy Spirit to dwell with his people. And as Catholics, we profess the concrete presence of Christ with us in the Holy Eucharist. This is our joy of the gospel. God is near. God is alive in the world. We cannot hold back from sharing this great news with people. And for us as friars, I believe we can do this quite simply, just by virtue of our religious profession, by simply wearing a habit out in public. It's very easy for us to draw people to us, to come approach us. I encourage all of us to embrace these moments when strangers approach you to talk. Don't waste your vocation. You know, there's a saying that says, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. I'll say the same, a vocation is a terrible thing to waste. So embrace it. People see the goodness and kindness of God in your faces. They see the love you embody by virtue of your Capuchin habit. So recognize the privilege that you have to give a listening ear to God's people. It truly is a privilege to be with the people of God in their daily situations. This leads nicely into my second point. We profess that God is near to all of us, and we make this profession as only Capuchins can do in this special way that we live our life. We live and work as simple, approachable, friendly brothers in the world. The world does not need any more unapproachable, unfriendly, religious brothers and priests. I would bet that each of us has had at least one encounter with someone who is dour or who is so focused on work or the mission that he undervalues or forgets the people in front of him. The work and the mission are not ends in themselves. God's people gives us the impetus for the work. I am reminded of a conversation I had a few months ago with one of our friars. He said to me that on the campus of Catholic University, some people call us the smiling friars. I think the implication is that we know who we are and to whom we belong, and that we have a lot of joy in this life. We love who we are. We love what we do. I think that's a compliment if we have ever received one. Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, in a 2007 homily given in Brazil to a conference of bishops of Latin America and the Caribbean, had this to say about the Church. He says, "The Church does not engage in proselytism. Instead, she grows by attraction. Just as Christ draws all to himself by the power of his love, culminating in the sacrifice of the cross, so the Church fulfills her mission to the extent that in union with Christ, she accomplishes every one of her works in spiritual and practical imitation of the love of her Lord." Now, if we friars are to convince people about the reasonableness of faith in Jesus and the desirability of belonging to the Catholic Church, we will do so by attraction, by our own imitation of the Lord, by the joy that we have and the joy that we share with people. Let us keep in our minds that every encounter we have with someone is an opportunity to share the love of God. Be friendly, be generous with your time, and give the person a reason to believe in God, a God who has revealed himself in time in his Son, Jesus Christ, and is at work now in the power of the Holy Spirit. Let us not give them any more reasons to fall away from this love. My brothers, God bless you and keep you. Keep smiling.
Amen.